Hello, Cole first graders. This is Mrs. Holly. I have another book for you from that imaginative author, Audrey Wood. This time it's not her husband, Don Wood, that did the illustrations, like in the first book that we read. Didn't he do such detailed illustrations? He even won awards, remember? Well, this time, Bruce Wood is doing the illustrations, and Bruce is actually the son of Audrey and Don. So it's kind of all in the family. It's kind of interesting. And as you can tell, the illustrations do look a lot different from the drawn ones of Don Wood. Bruce actually gets on a computer and does computer graphic illustrations. And this book is called Alphabet Adventure. So the main characters of the story are actually the alphabet letters themselves. In this case, mostly the lowercase, except for the one capital T. And you'll see why that is as we get started on the story. So very imaginative already, making your letters be the actual characters in your story. Alphabet Adventure. Let's see what kind of adventures Audrey Wood is having these letters go on. The little letters from Charlie's alphabet had worked hard all summer long, learning how to be a good team. At last their teacher, capital T, there's where that capital T comes in. It's the teacher, teacher. Capital T was taking them away from Alphabet Island to their first day of school. They could hardly wait. It was time for them to help a child learn his ABCs. How interesting. But as they were marching over a bridge, the little letter I tripped on a bump. "Help!" she cried, tumbling into the water below. Working together, the letters quickly made a chain and rescued little I. They are working as a team. "Good work, Charlie's alphabet," capital T said. "Now please return to your alphabet order." The little letters were so excited that many forgot their correct places. Some didn't face front or stand straight, and others turned around upside down. Check it out. This M looks like a W, and the W looks like an M. And the X is sideways. And look at the E, it's turned backwards. We sometimes write our letters like that by mistake, like the A putting the line on the wrong side. These letters are definitely mixed up. "Try again," capital T exclaimed, "and this time call out your names. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. They called out their names in perfect order. But something was wrong with one of the letters. What could it be? Can you tell? Can you tell what's wrong? "Little I, capital T, exclaimed, your dot is missing." Oh, let's go back. Where's I? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I, sure enough. I's red and there's no little red spot right there. Oh no. And here's capital T talking to I. Looks like they're looking over the bridge. "Where is it?" capital T said. "I don't know," little I said. "I had it this morning." "A little I must always have its dot," capital T said. "We can't go to school if our I has no dot." Capital T looked at the water. "When little I fell in, her dot must have popped off and floated away. Hurry, school begins soon. We must find her dot." or we'll be late." Charlie's Alphabet found a boat and hopped in. They traveled through the canals of the little island, searching for the dot, but they didn't see it anywhere. At last they came to a place where the capital letters were having a party. "Maybe my dot is at the party," Little Eye said. The little letters began to search high and low, but they still couldn't find the dot. "Well, let's see here. Oh, is this it? No, that's more of an egg shape than a circle. How about, no, that's too big. How about over here maybe? Oh, how about right there? Do you suppose that's the dot? Maybe he's hiding in the party." "I'm sorry," capital T said. "I'm afraid Little Eye's dot is lost forever." Each letter had worked so hard to make Charlie's alphabet perfect. Now no one would be going to school. All of the little letters burst into tears. Capital I stopped by to see what was the matter. Oh, here's capital I right here. "Maybe I can help," he said. "Dots love to hide, and they're difficult to find. I have a plan." Capital I whispered his plan to the little letters. All of the letters, except little I, raced down the streets of Alphabet Island, searching for what they needed to make the plan work. They're all grabbing different things. Let's see what they've got. Before long, they returned with the things they had found and lined up in alphabetical order. Check it out. Let's see. A has an anchor. J has a jack-o'-lantern. And B has a bug. F has a flower. Oh, I get it. All of them picked up something that started with their letter, like O for orange and in wheel. Yellow even picked up, Y picked up yellow. R for rocket. Capital I spoke loudly. "Because we cannot find Little Eye's dot, she must choose one of these things to put in its place." Oh, interesting. Little Eye scooted down to little S and tried on a star. Looks kind of pretty, doesn't it? "Ouch," she cried. "The points on this star are too prickly." She hopped over to little H and tried on a heart. "This heart is too heavy," she said. "It makes me crumble." She bounced back to little B and tried on a bug. "I can't wear this," she said with a giggle. "It's too wiggly." Then she noticed little C. "I think that bright red cherry looks perfect," she said. "It's much nicer than my dot ever was. I don't care if my silly dot stays in Alphabet Island forever." Little I was about to put on the cherry when a teeny tiny weeny whiny voice cried out, "I'm not silly. You can't leave me behind." And with that, Little Eye's dot popped out of its hiding place and jumped into its proper spot. "Your dot wasn't lost at all," capital I told them. "It was just following you around, playing hide and seek." Silly dot there. It's back on the I now. Now that they were a complete alphabet again, all of the letters hurried to get to school on time. 1 minute before the bell rang, the little letters climbed aboard a yellow pencil and took off. Oh, what imagination! They used a pencil as a rocket or an airplane to take the letters where they needed to go. When they arrived at their school, capital T pointed to a boy staring at a blank piece of paper. "It's time for you to go to work, little letters," she said. "That boy needs your help to learn his alphabet. Can you guess his name? They all looked closely at the boy, and suddenly they knew where they belonged. The little letters were so happy they jumped for joy and made their very first word, Charlie. That's why in the beginning it was called Charlie's alphabet. They were being trained to help Charlie, the boy Charlie. How wonderful. What a great book. So imaginative. Great book of fiction by Audrey Wood. Now let's think. Fiction books have characters. Do you remember what I said the characters in this book are? Makes it a little imaginative. It is. It's the letters. The letters are the character in this story. And you can talk about how they're little and inexperienced, and yet they're working together as a team, like their training said, to solve a problem. So speaking of problems, no wait, we got to do the setting first. The setting, Alphabet Adventure, is on Alphabet Island where these letters are made and trained, right, to help their Charlie at school. So that's the setting. And now to the problem and solution. The problem in the story is, of course, little I has lost its dot. And they need to have little I with a dot in order for them to help Charlie with their alphabet. So they need to get the dot back. So the events of the story are what unfold as they're getting the dot back for the I. First, the dot falls off in the river, and then they're going to go look for it. And, well, there they are crying. I thought that was pretty interesting. They look all over for something for him. And finally, oh, we forgot about the party. I like that page where they're looking for Dot. Can't find him. So they decide they're all going to get something to substitute for the Dot. And just when they've decided to substitute a cherry, the little Dot comes back, and just in time for them to take off to school to help Charlie. So the solution was for them to fake him out and think that they're going to pick Cherry when they actually just wanted Dot back. And they go off towards the end. So the very end, the conclusion, and the conclusion is what says, that's what that book means. That's why that author wrote that. And why do you think this author wrote the book? I think she wanted to teach us a little bit about the authors. The author wanted to teach us a little bit about the alphabet, and that every part is important. Even the little dot on the I is important when you make letters. And every person, every alphabet, every letter in the alphabet is important, just like every person is important to make that team and work together. And that would be your conclusion, your takeaway idea of why this author wrote the story and had such a great impact with it. Tomorrow, or your next reading, is going to be of the sequel to Alphabet Adventure.